So Georgia voters had a chance to decide the future of chartered schools, and this was a bold experiment, and I don't see it has really lasted long enough for us to see a long-term trend and so on. We had homeschooling also, and I always believe that the government, basically, government schools were best to go to. I enjoy government school. Um, we all poor alike. I guess rich people want places to send their kids and give them advantage and so on. But in the big picture, homeschooling and charter schools, yes, the government might share information with them, but the government has, and they may not agree with it, but the government has a plan. We want to take the citizens here. And these are the things we require down the road because they know where they're going. They want to be superpower, they want to do this, they want to do that. So you're preparing the students to function on a certain level. Um, Charter schools, I guess, a lot of pampering and cutting out a lot of the stuff and get straight to the chase, doing the examination chasing, and homeschooling is like, I guess, some parents recognize that the kids can't function in a real, school setting, so they have to keep them at home and train them. But when you finish school, you go to work. The workplace is just like government schools. It's not ideal. It's, you're going to make a check, you get your education. And I can't, regret having gone to public school. In homeschooling, they try to get children of the same like and do the same program and so on. You go on the beach, you study. You go under the table, you study in bed, study while the TV is running. I mean, how real is that? Is that the real world? When you get a job, is that the way you can function? Um, but even in public schools, I know that teachers will tell some kids, "Oh, you can't get it, go on the beanie bag, or go on the desk, or go wherever it takes you to get it." They go on everywhere and all that, and get, "Yes, I got it," and so on. And I think that it's tough in a capitalist nation where school is education big bucks, and that is supposed to be the conduit to success life and big salaries and so on. But there are a lot of students out there who just need to go straight to pick the cane and the cotton and the corn and the cabbage and tomatoes and so on. And while the kid, a lot of folks that, man, you can make it up to Harvard, I mean, they're going to cost them a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of sugar, and then they end up not there because not everybody is born with the abilities. I guess people have to come to accept that every race you have a certain section of the population that can be genius and everything in between. If you have more people in a society, you have more of those being genius or whatever, inventors and financiers and so on. Of course, in some places they want to keep others out, but it's refreshing or it's instructive to see that Georgia is considering whether it has a future in Georgia. Um, do they have the best teachers? Do they have the best students? I know they're motivated. Everybody's motivated to make the system work. But I guess after a while, the novelty wears off and people start operating just like in a public school. And then you ask yourself, what's the difference? And it's big bucks because they say they have the best teachers and they have to pay them some big salaries and so on. Renting off kind of buildings that aren't, owned by the state and so forth. And an environment in which is not conducive to schools. You have to be having fights with the community and so on. Whereas the government will do a study, they will put the school in a place where there's a lot of space for a whole variety of other things. So, I don't know if they serve the purpose or if there was a place for them, but I always believe that public schools was best, who are best. And as I say, if your child can't handle the public school, and you have to give them all this tender loving care, and you're preparing them not for success in this world because the real world is not like that. You go to the job and you can't get it, you got to go. And with you doing on your desk and putting your foot up and pressing down so you can get it. No, you can't get it, you got to go. But it's never too late, and I hope that the reasoning is that we realize that the overall package, and in my country, the Prime Minister, he was homeschooled, and then he went to a special high school. It wasn't necessarily special in that. You had, anybody could have gone there. If he went there and he did well. And I think he came first in that year that he wrote the final exam at it's about 18 or 19 years of age, and he went on to London University, became a top lawyer. But he get snared with his socialist foolishness and come to some dumb ideas, nationalize people's thing, and then the next thing you know is like he want to hold on to power forever. And communism, which he eschewed, it's dead. And he thought it could work. I mean, if he had some sense, he would see that that can't work. But it was a system that helped him to be what he really is, a guy that is megalomaniac, a guy who has ideas that aren't tested, a guy who doesn't want his ideas tested, and a guy who could get his way done. And if he can't get his way done, he get the boys to shoot you up or beat you up. Because he could, I mean, I don't think he ever had a fight in his life. So, bye-bye, maybe Georgia to the charter school, and then homeschooling should go next, and then we get back to even playing field, a better program,